Hey guys,
Hello, hello, hello.
welcome.
We need a theme song
We do.
so we can play it when you are coming in. Breaking bread with the bread. Come on, give me some of your
No,
baritone.
I'm good. I'm good.
Do it, baby.
We don't sing on
Breaking,
this platform.
breaking bread with the bread. Oh, my microphone
It's
has
broken because she
has
broke it,
broken. I was trying to twist it
and she gonna
and
keep her
it
broken
came
one.
apart. And these were gifts. And so I'm so sorry if she's watching. I
She'll
apologize.
watch later. You can at least hold it down, and because you have a mic, you don't have to be as loud as you will without a.
Breaking bread with the braid.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
come on in the room. I love
Babe.
singing that.
But
Keep on, let me
okay,
sing it. But what is Jesus
sweetie.
is my doctor? He writes all my prescriptions. Really now?
Okay. All right.
We're
That's
gonna do
not
an
the topic
episode
tonight.
about bad lyrics and songs.
Okay. So
Um,
anyhow, tonight we're not going to be long. If you
why?
want,
Tell them why.
sweetie, hold the mic down.
Oh,
You don't have to be as loud as you would be
but
without
you know
having
when
to
a
be.
preacher get a microphone, they don't know how to act. My name is okay.
Babe, come on now.
We're not gonna be long tonight because we have some serious bread to break. We
Oh yeah,
go on
I
my
just met.
page. Go on my page. I shared the information earlier. Geo Soul's Kitchen.
Mhm.
On Facebook. His name is George Hicks. He is a fellow brother in Christ. He is a
Yes,
member of our local
yes,
assembly.
yes.
The food is top
Amazing.
tier.
And so
Okay,
we.
if you know us, then you know our faith and what we believe, and a part of that is we eat clean. And George eats clean and cooks clean.
Well, just say he goes to our church,
I know,
so
but I'm
that
making that I'm making that distinction.
well, he
So
won't be at
he
our
is
church not cooking clean.
I know, but everybody that watches this that is not a part of our faith.
Okay.
So I'm making it the distinction to let people know that it is
Hello, Rachel.
clean
Good
eating.
evening.
So if it says cheeseburger with bacon, it's beef bacon and it's bone bacon. So look up Geo Soul's Kitchen, George Hicks. If you're in the Cleveland area, the food is top
She's
tier.
excited tonight. I mean, she
If
is
you need a
ready.
dessert, contact Shay McLean, Glazed, and Grace. She on sabbatical right now because she doing her thing, okay? And when she gets done with that, she gonna make us some stethoscope shaped cookies and stuff. Um, so yeah, we gotta shout out our
I
people.
agree.
And next time I'm gonna charge them for advertisement space. No. So while we are
Go ahead.
still waiting for people to come in, we posted a video not too long ago when I caught a flash sale and I was telling y'all about my bag that came in. And my bag I thought had came in. And I had to run because I told my husband I used his credit card. I just want y'all to know that the bag is here. Okay? It's here.
That is not the topic for this evening. I'm not for sure why my wife is going all these various directions tonight.
It's here. It's a briefcase. This is an advertisement spot.
Sweetie, this is not a time for advertising. This time to go to the live and get right on
I
topic.
know, but
And
I was giving.
but we just need to get on the topic. You you want to tell them about your bag? Go ahead, show them your bag.
It's okay.
You she got her bag, you all. We're excited about her bag. She's very happy.
We not excited. I'm excited.
Clearly. I'm excited for her. It was a good purchase. She says it was a very important and needed. Hi Laura, very needed and hi mother, very needed and important purchase. So she got her back. So we're gonna go. This is an exciting topic tonight. Hope you all are just as excited as we are, because many of you may have wanted to at some point in your adult life go back to your younger self and talk to your younger self, share things with him or with her that would hopefully help them along the way truth be told, it's almost like having like a glass ball or something, in a sense, right? Like you go back and you say, you go back and you go back knowing what you know today, and then give them something for then, right? You know how it.
If that's what you would,
No, I mean I'm just
what you would
asking them
do.
things. I think that's what people would, how they would try to.
So it's like if you could go back in time. Not a crystal ball that tells you the
Yeah.
future, but if
Oh,
you could go back in time, like have you ever seen Back to the Future?
yeah, of course you know that.
So you know they got in a DeLorean. So it's like if we had a DeLorean and set the date, and get in the car and go back to the future or to the past.
So you will only know what you know
And
today. You will only know what you knew then. You wouldn't know what you know today. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
it depends on what you would say. Like it's up to you.
Okay.
What would you want to say to your younger self?
Yes.
So
So I would want to talk to him knowing what I know today.
okay.
Yes. So ladies first, because you have prepared. Well, we both have in a sense. So if you could go back to young Minnie, Angie Minnie, as Granddaddy would call you, Minister Angie Minnie. He actually said that once. Minister Angie Minnie. What would you tell her? What would you say to her?
So what would I tell my younger self? I have to preface this by saying, again, I mentioned our faith and our belief system, and if you know us, then you know that about us. We are spiritual beings, and so everything that we do in life is rooted and grounded, and is God centered. So I don't. I would love to say I would change things, but I know that everything in my life was ordained by God, and that I was predestined for eternity, for salvation, for for all of that. So I don't want to say I would change anything because you said something very profound. My time is in His hands. Our times are in His hands. So I don't think I would change anything. But what I would want to say to my younger self is love yourself. That's one of the most important things I would say is to love yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Um, you are beautiful. So at a young age, I went through a lot of things, a lot of traumatic things that children probably should not go through. And those things shaped my life in different ways, many different ways. We like to look at the positive things, but there are also some negative things that came from it. I never really heard "you're beautiful." Maybe as a little kid, because I look at some of my baby pictures and I'm like, oh, she was cute. But growing up, as I got older, I don't remember being told I'm beautiful. I remember hearing you're ugly, you're fat, you'll never be anything. I wanted to be a cheerleader. You can't be a cheerleader. You're too big. You can't get your big butt off the ground. Things like that. And those things stuck with me. That caused me to have low self-esteem, um, which in turn allowed me to subject myself to um, being mistreated, especially by members of the opposite sex. Relationships I was in were not good because I had low self-esteem and I tolerated things that I should not have tolerated in relationships because I didn't know, girl, do you see yourself? And it's not about being cocky or anything like that because that's not who I am. I'm not cocky.
Right.
I can look at myself some days and be like, oh, you put that together. That's cute. You cute. But having low self-esteem really like it messed me up. And some men that are not righteous, that are not after, that don't have a heart for God, will pounce on a woman with low self-esteem, and they will crush a woman with low self-esteem and keep you in the palm of their hand because you don't know no better. You don't think highly enough of yourself. So I would tell myself, love yourself. You are beautiful. You are smart. You are intelligent. Girl, you smart. And I have to sometimes be like, oh, you got that? Because I was told you're dumb, you're this, you're that. And those things, people always say sticks and stones break my bones, and words never hurt. Honey, words hurt. Words stick with you, and I can still hear those things that were said to me when I was a child because words have that kind of power. They stick with you. I would tell myself, my younger self, to follow through. Follow through. I don't know if a lot of people know this about me, but I never finished college. Um, and there's a lot behind that too. But I would tell myself to follow through. Follow through. Stop. Don't be lazy. Don't. And it all goes back to what I said in the beginning, like not allowing what people say to define you. Allow the Lord to take complete control of your life early. My parents told me that my mom was prophesied to when she was carrying me that protect that baby. She's going to go through a lot, but she's going to be somebody. The Lord is going to use her. I don't know if I've ever shared that openly or not, but because of that, she's going to go through. And so I would just remind myself of that often as a young girl. Let's see. A lot of things I learned later in life, I would just tell myself earlier. People probably already told themselves that, like, don't let failure stop you, but use it to motivate you. That's what I would tell myself. I would tell my younger self, there's a guy coming in your life. His name is Eric Bray. Baby, run. No. I would. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Wow.
But speaking of my husband, like I said, I don't think I would change anything because those previous relationships and things, even though a lot of things were negative, it eventually pushed me in a positive direction, and it allowed me to see and recognize real love, real godly love once I saw it and got to experience it. But okay.
You want to take a pause and come back? Think of more things.
I would also tell myself, take care of your knees.
How could you have done anything differently?
Take care of your knees. I don't know, because exactly. I think the women in my family got bad knees, so
it was probably hereditary. It was genetics.
Yeah,
honestly, probably.
So I think I've shared enough, and I can come back.
Pause, yeah, take
but
a little...
what would you tell? Did y'all see that picture that I posted? He was so photogenic, even back then, just a smiling.
And you know what? I looked at that picture and I said to myself, there is no way that I did. That was the photographer. That person had to have said, put your hand next to, hold your hand up. I didn't think of that. I would not have thought of that.
Yes, you would have.
No,
I believe you did. No. You probably told the photographer, no, I'm going to put my hands like this and I'm going to smile like this.
No,
because you probably practiced at home. No, but what would you tell your younger self?
I have had time to think on this, and I will first start by telling Eric, I want you to know that you are so special, so unique. The Lord created you the way He wanted you to be. He designed you special. He designed you unique. I want you to embrace your peculiarity. I want you to recognize that the variances in you, the differences in you are ordained. It was the Lord's appointment upon your life. Don't change a thing. Don't try to fit in. Don't try to be like anybody you see. Don't take your time to stress over this one don't like you, that one don't like you. Why don't he want to pay you no attention? Why can't you? Why are you not like the other guys? Why don't worry about none of that. You are designed. You have been designed. You have been created. You have been fashioned to be exactly like the Lord wanted you to be. Don't change a thing. And don't stress over any other, because guess what? It all was purposefully ordained for you. It is who you are. It is what makes you you. And you need to embrace it. And the sooner you embrace it, the more you'll make people embrace it, or either accept you for who the Lord has called you and created you to be, or get out of your life. And it don't matter if it's family, if it's friends, if it's church members, if it's leadership, if it's teachers, if it's classmates, if they don't appreciate the fact that there is nobody like Eric, they don't need to be in your life. You hear me? I want you to be encouraged. I want you to know that I love you. Your future you loves you. And most importantly, your creator loves you. He loves you. He loves you. He thought of you before you even thought of yourself. He knew before your mother was born that she was going to be born and have an Eric. How about that? How about he knew who you were going to be before your grandmother knew who she was going to be? How about that? How about that? Check that out. Check that out. So don't stress. Don't worry. Don't be upset. Don't take it personal. A lot of it is nothing but an attack from the enemy. From the day you were born, it was an attack from the enemy to try to confuse you, to try to stress your mind out, to try to put you in a whole world of worry and fear and anxiety, to get you to where you won't be who you're supposed to be 43 years later. Because now you're 43, married to a gorgeous girl from Virginia who can cook and sing and I mean is a thickum. And I can't say you thick. Everybody know you thick. Oh, anyhow. So listen, I love you. You hear me? And so I've been thinking about this. So what else I'll tell you? I would tell you that it's okay that you know how to hit the high note and everybody else can't.
Right.
A minute.
I'm agreeing.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. You can hit that high note. Because guess what? A lot of young men would prefer that they can hit the high note. You can hit the high note and you can sit, you ain't got to stand up and stretch and do nothing with your diaphragm. You can be sitting just like this and hit the high note. Just as calm, just as relaxed and hit the high note.
So this is how you would speak to your younger self?
I would tell him, and I would tell him also, I would say, you know, Eric, another thing too about you, all those dreams you're having and all those times where you feel pulled to pray and you don't even understand why, but for some odd reason, on a random Tuesday in the middle of the lunchroom, you feel an urge to go somewhere and pray. Go pray. Go pray. That again is the influence of the Lord, divine influence upon your heart. It's the grace of God. He has graced the prayer warrior in you to be birthed at an early age, to be cultivated, to become the warrior that you will be eventually. And you'll want to keep praying. And the more you pray now, it'll help you later to feel like you've already arrived in the state of the warrior that you're gonna become. You'll feel a little bit more. You'll be able to embrace it better as you get older. So now, see, right now I'm talking to you from the age 43, and so I would say to you, my 8-year-old self, my 10-year-old self, my 12-year-old self, my 14-year-old self, that you know when you feel the need to pray and you didn't really pray because you was just like, that's weird. I ain't about to pray because ain't nobody else praying. But now you're 43 and you wish you would have had prayed when you felt those things earlier. So I'm encouraging you to love yourself, to love your creator. I'll say this too, and this is not so much from a more spiritual perspective, but you're going to be 15 eventually, and you'll get your first job at Kings Island.
Yes.
Save your money.
Right.
Save your money. What you spend? Let me tell you what. You go get paid every Friday. You 15 years old, will get paid every Friday, and you go bring home $350 a week. What are you about to do with that besides save it? You live at home with Dottie. You're right there with Dottie and Lawrence. They take care of everything. Why is you spending your money on anything? Put the money in the PNC account. Because then you're going to have the PNC account. Then you're going to mess it up. You're going to end up with U.S. Bank. You're going to mess it up. You're going to try to talk to him.
And he'll be going off.
No, I'm being real serious. Save your money. Focus on school. Stay focused on your academics. The desires that you have regarding your career. Pray about it. That's something else I would say too. Pray about everything. In all your ways, acknowledge God. It will cause you a world of trouble, a world of issues, a world of headaches, a world of I wish I could have, I wish I didn't, shoulda, coulda, woulda, that type of thing. Pray. Okay, so I'm pausing. Now you jump back in.
So
I'm gonna pause.
You
I mean, you liked what I said.
God bless you. Dear heart. No, you sparked something and you made me, I'm going to go back and edit what I said a little bit. I said I wouldn't want to change anything because our experiences have made us who we are. Two things that I would want to do differently. One is save my money. Listen to what was said to me. I don't know if she's watching, but my aunt Selena Hedgepath attempted very strongly to instill financial literacy into us. She bought us books. She told us what to do. She told me to stop buying coffee. This is later on in life. Stop buying Starbucks coffee and go to Sam's Club and get you a big one and save your money. And I'm gonna talk about her for a minute. So I'm gonna end up tagging her in this because I'm not sure if she's watching. And if you are watching, Auntie, I love you. I always have, always will. My aunt, to me, and my uncle, God rest his soul, great man, were, in my eyes, always very well off. My uncle was in the military, and they had just always had nice houses wherever they lived, like sometimes lived on the base, whatever. They were always well off. I'm saying this for a reason. I don't know nobody that cuts coupons the way my auntie does. Okay. Yeah. I don't know her. I don't know her business because she don't tell her business. But as a kid, I could have told you she was a millionaire or something. But baby, she cut coupons like she didn't have a dime to her name. Okay. But what I realized is that she was saving money. Right. And that's how people, and Deacon Walter Preston said this, at our church in June at a youth conference. Mm-hmm. Get around people that's smarter than you or that has more money than you or something like that and watch their habits. Right. And so I look at that now and I'm like, oh, I should have been cutting coupons instead of every dollar I get, I'm spending it. Right. Because we were used to not having nothing. And so when I got, like you said, you was working at Kings Island, I'm working at Kmart through high school and I got a check, I got $500. What? That's a lot of money for somebody in high school. I'm going to buy shoes, buy outfit. And then when something comes up, like my class ring, I don't have no money. Same. And I got to go ask people for money.
My mother.
My mom bought my class ring too.
She didn't. I told her not to.
Okay.
I had it all picked out.
I let my mom buy mine.
No, because she got me I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say that. No, just think about it. I just thought about it the other day. That
I don't want you to take me.
Okay, you take it. I'm sorry.
We gotta work this thing.
I apologize.
Y'all just excuse us.
She got me something.
Good. That's good. But back to my auntie. Flipping coupons is something, saving money. So if I had listened at a younger age, I would be better off financially. My grandmother, who passed away in 2022, and if you don't know this about me, I was raised by my grandparents. I think everybody pretty much knows that about me. Yeah. She told me, I moved here in 2014. I think she told me like in 2012 or so, start saving your money now for marriage. She said, put some money aside now every month, even if it's just $20 a month or every time you get paid, put some money aside now so that when you get married, you'll have your wedding fund. You'll have money here. So when you get married, you can go and buy your china and buy your your nice sheets and things like that. Honey, I didn't see no man, no possibility nowhere around. So I didn't pay no attention to that. Had I had listened to her from 2012 to 2017, I would have had a nice little chunk of change in the bank prepared to get married. So two things I would change. One, I would save my money. I mean, y'all think about your life. I'm gonna have to hold this because it keeps dropping. Think about how much money has come through your hands that you cannot account for. Like being in school, I got refund checks or whatever you call them. You call them residual. I call it a refund check. But like, why do they give kids this kind of money? Like, why would they give me a check for $8,000? Well, I remember that $8,000. I went and bought me a car. Ain't got no insurance. But I ain't had no job to keep no insurance on it. It was just dumb. Second thing I would do differently is accept my call to the ministry sooner. And that's just because I know now that a lot of the turmoil I went through in life was because I was fighting against God. Mm-hmm. Now, fighting against the creator of the universe is dumb. So if anybody out there Fighting or running from a call, stop. Save your shoes, save your feet, save your time. My watch care pastor in North Carolina, Pastor Anthony Wilson, I don't know if they watch either, told me the Lord spoke through him and said, your struggle won't be so vehement, was the word he used, if you stop running. Like, stop running and you will stop struggling.
Oh, word.
And I kept running. Like, the man of God spoke and I still vehement.
That's like ferocious.
Yes.
And that's like fire.
Baby, when I tell you the Lord stripped me of everything, my car, my apartment, every dime I had, and I had by that time I stopped. I ran home, okay? I was like the prodigal son. I said, even my father's house, I could go eat at my grandparents' house, baby. I'm not doing this no more. But yeah, I would change those two things if possible. But that's it. Like, because I would be better off financially. And I would have been better off spiritually. I would have dived into the word of God deeper, sooner and quicker. What is that show called? Later Daters? I'm a later learner. I learned later in life, how to do things.
So I was just going to say that.
How to do things better.
Right. And I was just thinking, I had a situation, I was thinking about how I wanted to word this, because I want to be appropriate. But I had a situation in my life that it expanded over a course of time. What? Oh yeah. Okay, so most of you all know that I'm twice married, and so my children, we had children, it's our married children, right? So my children's mother and I were married for a long time. And we divorced. And so, again, the will of the Lord for my life. And I'll say this, respectfully, as much as I can. It is going to be respectfully. But what I will say is that that's something that I shared earlier about what I would want to do is I want to acknowledge the Lord in all of my ways. I had a situation where I had, really kind of gotten to a kind of a dark place throughout that process, throughout the closing of that chapter of my life. And so I struggled understanding why I was experiencing that. And through prayer, the Lord began to deal with me concerning that particular matter. And what I will share with you, not all of it, but what I will share with you is that the Lord had given me, and during that time, I was a junior church pastor of our national temple, our chief apostles church. And so I remember in prayer, the Lord just speaking to me just out of nowhere in prayer and saying, just like that. And I didn't understand what he meant by saying just like that. Just like what? Just like, and he said, everything you have experienced had to happen just like that. If there was any variation, any change in anything that you experienced, you would not be where you are today. And so I want to encourage you that everything you've experienced in your life, you can look it over now and say, I made so many mistakes. Truth be told, you didn't. It was the will of the Lord for you to go through all those things to give you a testimony of hope, of triumph, and victory. You had to go through it. Every dark situation, everything that you felt was so painful, you had to go through it just the way you did to bring you out, to give you the testimony to now turn around and encourage others that you too can make it. I am a living witness that you can go through this situation. I have been there myself, and the Lord brought me out on the victory side. So I'm encouraging you tonight to know that even though sometimes we think that we want to go back to our old self and tell ourselves some things, tell ourselves how we can get over certain hurdles and certain things we've experienced, truth be told, saints, no, you don't. You don't want to tell your younger self to change anything. I know as you think about it, it's like, man, I could be here right now. I could have this degree. I could have this much money. I could have two houses. I could have a house in Florida and a house in New York. I could have a house in California and a house in, if I'd have took that one job, man, I'll be an executive right now. No, no, no. I'm talking to the ones who have been called, those whose lives are hidden in Christ, who have been ordained to be His. I'm talking to you. I'm telling you that there is nothing that you should have did differently,
And
because it was His will the entire time.
that's why I said there's nothing. I would like to say that I would want to change things,
Right.
but our times are in His hands, and
Yeah.
I don't want to change anything because those experiences made me who I am. But and so in saying this to ourselves, what you have said to your younger self and what I have said that I would say to my younger self has really been encouragement.
Right.
We have encouraged, we would encourage our younger selves to embrace ourselves, embrace our uniqueness, different things like that. If you missed that part, you can go back and watch the replay afterwards, because I don't want to sit here and repeat everything. Y'all go back and rewind and then watch it when we get done. But and I'm glad you brought up your first marriage. In saying all that we're saying there's nothing we would change. So you wouldn't even change that, because our children came from that.
Yeah.
That relationship also taught you a lot about yourself, and we may do an episode and go into that later on as well, because it's just a lot, but that is definitely a part of your life, your story, your testimony. So just as your wife, I want to encourage you, don't ever be afraid to talk about it. I like talking about it. I love talking about it, because I be like, y'all used to go to the moon. What y'all used to do? Y'all used to sit around and laugh and stuff. I love talking about it. And our children's mother is a sweetheart. She's very cool. We have sat around with her, and had, conversations, and it's just really cool. So I just want to put that out there too. But yeah, so I wouldn't, now there is some trauma that was experienced that if I,
Yeah.
that I may,
It's like, God, I don't know if I would have.
yeah, I'd be like, okay, God, now was this part of your perfect will, or did you just, allow or permit this?
Yeah.
Because if it was your perfect will for me not to endure that, then please cover her. Let her not go through certain things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You don't assume
but
that
life
he would want you to go through. But I mean,
But life is not going to be perfect.
That's
it's not going to be a bed of roses.
And it made you stronger.
It made me stronger, but yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some things I went through, like I said, I was raised by my grandparents. So any child that's raised by someone other than their parents, there's usually reasons behind that.
Right.
And so those things has caused me to want to be a good parent. If the Lord sees fit for me to have my own children, and even the children that we do have, it makes me want to be a good parent, and model good behavior. Because you may not have seen that and different things like that. So,
and that's really what it all is experience that's going to allow you to be able to teach others and help them to overcome certain areas. The truth is, it's not for you now to go back and try to change anything, but it's for you to realize that you've been there so you can help someone else along the way to not have to go through that, if at all possible. That's the way I look at it.
And you know what? I think one of the things about Back to the Future was, like, Doc came to Marty. That's one of my favorite movies. Doc went to Marty and was like, your future children, one of your children is going to be in trouble. They're going to end up in jail for this, and that. We need to go back to the past and stop it from happening. But as they went back to the past to change the future, things started happening. Like, before you can even get to Marty's children, Marty's siblings, Marty and his siblings started disappearing from that picture, which meant that, like, so his mom and dad never got together. So you trying to save my future children, but what you're back there doing is messing up stuff. Now me and my siblings not about to exist because my mom and dad not about to get together. Exactly. So we can't tamper with the past. It's not under our control.
That's very
and it's not up for us. It's not up for us now in the present to try to undo our past. Right. The past is the past. I've had trauma in the past. I made mistakes. I've done some things that I should not have done, but I'm not my past. I'm not who I was then.
Right.
And you're not going to call me by my past. And you're not
Right.
going to identify me by my past.
Right.
Okay? I'm just letting you know, just in
Right.
case somebody out there, I remember when you used to, and so what?
Right.
That's not who I am anymore.
That's right.
I'm saved and sanctified in Holy Ghost filled now. Amen. So tonight we just was talking about what would we say to our younger selves. We are over our time, but I would love to hear some of your stories. If you want to inbox us or put it in the comments,
put it in the comments,
if you want to share or whatever,
maybe it's your testimony, so don't be ashamed of it or nothing.
Yeah, what would you tell your younger self? Maybe make a post on Facebook at a later date and or tonight, and then tag us, Breaking Bread with the Braves. This is what I would say to my younger self, so on and so forth. See what everybody would say to their younger. Verizon is acting up.
The little connection issue.
It was we had a little connection issue. Yes.
But we're wrapping up, you all. So we do want to thank you so much for your time, spending time with us again. We appreciate it. We know it's a little late in the hour, so we want to go ahead and get you back to your family and friends and loved ones to enjoy the rest of your evening, because we're going to go break some bread. So,
and again, we're breaking bread from Geo Soul's Kitchen.
Yes.
Look on my page. I made a post earlier, sharing his stuff. If you're local to Cleveland, of course, look him up. He did a theme song too. Geo Soul, Geo Soul, Geo Soul. Okay. It's good, y'all. So, yeah, we're going to eat.
Right.
We're hungry.
We love y'all.
We will see you all next week. Stay tuned for some updates. I think we're going to be wrapping up season 1 soon, and we're going to come back. We have some exciting things in the works, some new topics, and maybe some new location or something. We don't know. We'll share it with you all as it comes. When we're done with this video, go back to the beginning and see my bag came in that I told y'all about. Oh,
you can show them. I'll hold it. Because I took her thunder. She was not happy. This is the bag. This is the flash sale bag that she got, y'all. That she won.
It's a briefcase. Microphone. It's a briefcase for work. It has a nice strap on it. It opens up. See my laptop in there, and it has a lot of room. It's very nice. Thank you. I get distracted by pretty things. It's pretty.
We love y'all. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night. Thank you for joining us.
Be blessed. Love you.